Wild dogs usually secluded place, and have members to take care of them. This magnetic wild dog leader, Alpha, has no enough milk, and the cubs are starving. Although there is another member to take care of the cubs together, Alpha is still worried. There is an unpredictable danger around the nest. With a hunting dog breaking in, the atmosphere becomes very tense. Two wild dogs can't resist at all. The invaders are watching closely. Their eyes are focused on the small wild dogs. The guardians are ready to fight at any time. Fortunately, the group of wild dogs came back in time. The crisis has been resolved. But this time, they didn't bring back food. African wild dogs usually live in the woods. There is no fixed residence. Since they have cubs, they will settle down for a while. The hunting range will also shrink. However, the prey is always moving. So they have to start hunting again, looking for food to feed their offspring. As the best hunters in Africa, wild dogs rely on each other's cooperation very much, especially to hunt large prey. Hunting wild horses is a very dangerous hunting, full of uncertainty. It is even more difficult to break through their iron bars. But wild dogs have their own strategies. They will disperse the wild horses and select the old, weak, and disabled. The wild dogs have successfully returned from hunting. They are starting to get rid of the cubs. The small wild dogs tasted the food that was only given to milk. The guardians also got a reward. The close cooperation of African wild dogs benefits each member, especially for the small wild dogs. Whether they can grow up smoothly depends on the future of the species. However, there are so many mouths to feed. The wild dogs dare not stop at all. The reason why African wild dogs can become efficient hunters is because of their excellent group cooperation. For example, they are able to clearly distinguish the prey and make complex strategies. As soon as the hunt begins, the wild dogs will separate and encircle the prey. The following is a long chase. The African wild dogs take turns to chase the prey until the prey runs out of their body and becomes their food. African wild dogs can eat about 1/3 of their body weight. And they eat very fast. They will be emptied in a few minutes. When the wild dogs clean, opportunists like the wild dogs will always appear. But they are one step behind. The wild dogs have left with their food. There is not much left for them. Only bones and skin. But the wild dogs are never picky. They eat whatever they want. It has always been the strategy of the wild dogs, especially the lion hunter. They have shown the will of steel. It is inevitable. Wild dogs are born warriors. They open their eyes and have sharp fists from birth. In this level-dense group, the small wild dogs determine their status by fighting. Although they are small, they are not soft-hearted at all. The adult wild dogs do not interfere with the young ones. After all, they are born this way. However, once the small wild dogs become adults, class strife will often cause serious consequences. Especially when the rule of status is threatened, any family-related blood relations will disperse. The loser will not only be driven out of the group, but also cause serious damage to the hunters. The punishment of the weak can keep the group strong. On the contrary, the internal relationship of African wild dogs is relatively harmonious. Although they also have a strict class system, compared with other groups of carnivorous animals, their internal strife is relatively small. Except for the special status of the chief alpha, there is no severe class oppression. The relationship is mostly harmonious and supportive. Therefore, the wild dog group is always united. This unity also makes them very tacit. Almost every hunting can be successfully completed. Because unity and tacit create the strongest predators in Africa. The success rate of African wild dogs is more than 80%.